Alright, so it's January. Deer season's pretty well over. And it's all about the coyote trapping now. Got a personal vendetta against them this year to catch as many as I can. And my pup Coda is going to help us out. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm scouting along the some of the areas that I already trapped just to see if I'm missing any good spots, and seeing if any of the conditions have kind of changed, because that will happen, you know, as the trapping season progresses. The weather changes, you know, ice starts to form on the rivers and stuff. You're going to start seeing a lot of differences in your trapping areas, and we have some snow on the ground, so finding all of that good sign in those tracks and everything is a really, really good tool to catching more. I'm coming up on one of my sets here. All right. So you can see here, you actually see my trap sticking up, and this right here is just a really good looking spot. There's just always tracks flying through here. A lot of them are coon, but I can definitely tell, and there's some deer, but I can definitely tell there's a coyote track or two in there as well. So we're gonna reset this one and definitely be going with this trap. You know, from time to time, you just find certain sets that just kind of really stick out to you as kind of almost a guarantee that you know you're gonna have some kind of connection on your line. And this is one where I definitely am thinking that's going to be the case. This is where I caught that coyote a while back, if you guys remember watching the other videos. In fact, my trap is sitting right there. These tracks right here, I haven't trapped this area for a long time, weeks, and this coyote is still coming over here, and he's working this pocket set, or this dirt hole here, without me even, you know, baiting it. He's still working it. I can still see where he's tearing it up, just because of how much bait was in there, and the scent that the other coyote put down. And these tracks are going to lead all the way down, basically here to this little intersection road. It's going to go that way. Well, the tracks go over top of this little mound here, and they end up in that other field. So I'm going to set another one here. I'm going to go for a double. I think there's two different coyotes that are working this particular area. One of them looks pretty big too. So I'm going to get this trap remade, and we'll hopefully catch a double. So first thing I'm going to start out with here is to find my trap. You know what? Just looking at this here, that last coyote just destroyed this set. My dirt hole was originally set up. Here's the end of my chain. So my dirt hole was originally here, and they carved that all out. That is crazy. There's no way I'm getting that out right now, not without using some kind of lift or pull it out with my truck, probably break it. The only thing I can see here that I can use, or I can do, is remake this pocket in. So what we can do here is kind of like a modified dirt hole or bait set. What I'll do is, gosh, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to just stretch that chain out. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to stretch this chain out. Even though this pocket set kind of got ruined, it was actually further back here and they had kind of tacked the mound down. I'm going to dig this out right here as my new pan location, and this will be the pocket here. So that'll give me a little something on each side to work with. So digging through this this snow and ice, I mean, we got everything pretty well frozen all the way down to about 4 inches right now, and it's not easy trying to get that shape. once you get it dug in here, it's very worth it. Oh, man. I can still smell the coyote, and the coyotes are peeing here. So that's a really good sign. This has basically become their little territorial mark. And they'll keep coming by here every night. Anytime you're gonna catch a coyote, always try to reset that trap. I didn't do that with this one because I had to go on vacation. Had to go on vacation, right? So I didn't reset it because I wasn't going to be around to check it. Well, hopefully we'll catch one tonight, and then we'll keep catching them as we go along. Good Lord Almighty, some tough ground. So anyway, don't need this to be totally perfect. I just needed to get the elevation down enough to where I can actually sink this trap. That's working better. Let's chop it. Alright. So, yeah, that's gonna work. Alright, so I'm trying to boost this in the high gear here, and I kind of realized that I've never shown you guys how I do colder weather sets. So obviously cold weather, you get the freeze thaw cycle. A lot of you guys that trap or understand trapping at all, know that your traps can freeze. So we don't want that to happen, obviously, because it won't fire. If the trap won't fire, you're not gonna catch anything. They're just gonna walk all over your set. Bad deal, right? Well, right here we have nothing but mud ice combination. It's kind of frozen right now, which is good, but as it thaws out in the daytime, then it refreezes at night, which is when you're going to catch your coyotes. They're going to be a block of ice. So what I'm applying here is a peat moss, and a very, very dry peat moss. You get it at your local stores. I put a bed of that down. What that's going to do is give me a nice dry bed. Need a little more. I'll run out of this stuff today. Nice clean trap. This is a Duke number 2. I caught a coyote in it, like I said before. This thing was very resilient. It actually stood up. That's kind of how I had it set last time. I don't like how far back it is. I'm kind of sticking it back here in the corner as best I can. I don't like it, but kind of what I'm limited to because of just how this layout of this trap is. So I'm going to do it this way. So, and beyond this, it's just going to be a matter of covering that trap back up. And you want to do it with that peat moss. And this peat moss will work just fine in these freezing cold weather, conditions like this. Guys will say, you got to have glycol or salt. I've been having good luck with just using this as long as it doesn't rain. It's going to rain, it's gonna get in there and it's gonna freeze, and then yeah, you will need a wax dirt or something else to deal with that. It's kind of a goofy setup here. We're actually going to be doing some backfill here. Okay, most important thing is just getting this trap bedded and covered, and you want your jaws solid. Yep, see that right there, how that trap rocked? We don't want that. We want it to stay firm, so I'll push it in. Ran out of peat moss, so that's flipping awesome. But I'll tell you right now, I've caught stuff on worser sets. You know, this is a
It's not a beauty contest. All you're trying to do is appeal to the animal senses, natural habits. Build up my walls a little bit here. A little bit of a castle moat, so to speak. He's gonna channel right in there. He's not gonna want to come over and step on this side. He's not gonna step on the other side. He's gonna want to work this set from right here. You want him to come right up here. He'll step down on it. He'll sit there. He's gonna work that bait. We're gonna tuck that bait down in there real far and hopefully get a catch here. So I'm using the Cavans or Cavans, whatever you call it, coyote bait or predator bait. So we'll see if that's the new product that I'm starting to use right now. And then I'm also going to use a little bit of deer meat left over from all the deer stuff we've been doing. So yeah, should be fun.
Well, what a bummer. Just went out and checked my traps, and it's been so stinking cold. It's 4 degrees right now, and we had a heavy wet snow about a day ago that fell down as well. So all my traps are just, you know, $20 blocks of ice just sitting out in the holes right now, and I'm not catching anything. Not gonna catch anything. And really, honestly, I think if I dug them all up right now, rebedded them and did all that stuff, with it as cold as it is, and with the wind blowing, you know, like a crazy man out there, I don't think I'm gonna catch anything. Honestly, I think, you know, I'm out here, a couple different farms, and even the cows and everything, they're all taking shelter. So I think everything's just kind of bedded down right now. It's a terrible time. Yeah, it's 3 degrees right now. That's cold for Nebraska. So gonna get out, you know, and try to, you know, get these things reset sometime here in between work, and just try to figure out what we're gonna do. But anyway, with that, we'll just keep at it and hope the weather changes.